Merry Christmas, everyone. It's now time for me to showcase what I got for Christmas 2025. And there are obviously mostly DVDs and Blu rays that I want to get. So let's go ahead and take a look at them all. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start off with the DVDs that I got. First DVD I got here is the Angry Birds movie. It says, an eye-popping animated joyride stated by Peter Travers of Rolling Stone, and obviously we couldn't see it very well, but there it is. The Good Dinosaur. I believe this movie needs a rewatch because I know this movie doesn't look very good, but might have to get this one a chance if I have to. The Beethoven double feature, in which it consists of the original Beethoven and Beethoven's second. Fun for the whole family, stated by Janet Maslin of the New York Times. Yep. Universal Pictures movies co-produced with Northern Lights Entertainment, which is obviously the late Ivan Reitman's production company. The Chronicles of Riddick, and this is the unrated director's cut, and it's in widescreen, of course, because I prefer watching movies in widescreen. Includes 15 minutes of footage not shown in theaters. Yep, Universal Pictures movie co-produced with Radar Pictures and One Race Films. And of course, One Race Films is Vin Diesel's production company. Yep, you see right there. Finding Dory, the sequel to Finding Nemo. Yep, you see the proof right there. All right, let's keep on going. We have Monsters University, the prequel to Monsters Inc. Yep, this is when Mike Wazowski and James P. Sullivan first met. Next up we have here is Trolls, and this is obviously a Universal Pictures reprint right there. Okay, let's move on. We have Madagascar, the Ultimate Collection, and this one has all 4 Madagascar movies in one, consisting of the original Madagascar, Madagascar 2, Escape to Africa, Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted, and Penguins in Madagascar. Then we have Shrek, the Ultimate Collection right there. And it has all 4 Shrek movies, along with the first Puss in Boots and even Shrek the Musical. Then we have The Incredible Hulk, the successor to the 2003 Hulk movie. And this was also the second film in the Infinity Saga after the original Iron Man, which came out that same year in 2008. Next up is Pacific Rim. Yep, this is a 2-disc edition, by the way, of how the kaiju eventually combat against the Jaegers. Okay, now let's take a look at this one box of these particular DVDs that I'm going to show you all. We have Snow White and the Huntsman, and I personally think that this is definitely a much better Snow White movie that I've seen, because I prefer this one a lot better than the 2025 Snow White. Yep, this is no fairy tale indeed. Yep, Universal Pictures movie co-produced with Roth Films, currently Roth Kirschenbaum Films, or Arcade Films for short. Yep, that's right, I prefer Snow White and the Huntsman way better than the 2025 Snow White. Next up we have here is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 5-film collection, which consists of the original 3 live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, along with the animated film TMNT and Batman vs. the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, personally, I think Spider-Man would have duked out the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles instead of Batman. Yeah, that's right. I think Spider-Man would have duked out the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Next up we have here is the Wild Thornberrys movie. Yeah, based off of the classic cartoon of the same name. Yep. You see right there. Okay, I'm going to get something to Oh, yep, there's Debbie Thornberry, my favorite character right there. And then we have Monster High Screamster Collection, and it has all 6 of the main Monster High characters. So there's the one right here is Frankenstein, Draculaura, Cleo Denial, Laguna Blue, Gulia Yelps, and Claudine Wolf. Yep, that's right. All 6 Monster High characters. They're actually the main counterparts. And of course, this is a Universal title. So yeah, 18 creeperific episodes in one. Yeah. Yeah, that shot right there looks really cool right there. That's right. They're doing the fear leading contest as opposed to the cheerleading contest. Yeah. And of course, I like the G1 Monster High way better, so that's the reason why I decided to get this. Next up we have here is Toy Story 3, the 3rd entry in the Toy Story franchise. An instant classic. Yep. You see Andy right there, who is already going to college in the 3rd one. Then we have here is Riddick, the 3rd entry in the Chronicles of Riddick franchise. Oh, it just almost fell off. Rule of the Dark. Yep. Again, Universal Pictures movie co-produced with One Race Films, just like what they did with the Chronicles of Riddick. Next up we have here is The Huntsman, Winter's War. Now, as you can tell, this is actually both a prequel and a sequel to Snow White and the Huntsman. Yeah, that's right, it does count because it acts both as a prequel and sequel to Snow White and the Huntsman. Yep, made by the same 2 companies like they did with the first one, but it's a little bit of a difference. Then we have, of course, we have Pitch Black. Yep, it's the unrated director's cut, just like the Chronicles of Riddick. Yep, and this was actually the very first film in the Chronicles of Riddick franchise, and this is when the main character Richard B. Riddick eventually decided to help out with the rest of the humans who were trapped in an abandoned planet to face off against the reptilian-like monsters to fight off against pure evil. And then we have Curious George. This is the original Curious George movie right there. Yep, childhood movie right there. Yep, that's right. It's part of my childhood right there because of this. Universal Pictures movie co-produced with Imagine Entertainment. All right. Yep, see right there for the proof. Then we have the Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy right there. Yeah, that's right. It's Peter Jackson's The Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yep, that's right. And I think this will go great with the original Star Wars trilogy right there. And all 3 films are already PG-13, and they're all rated 14A in Canada. So yeah, 3 incredible films, 1 collection to rule them all. Yeah, as opposed to 1 ring to rule them all. And then we have the 2 amazing Spider-Man movies. Okay, and it's right there. Yep, both rated PG-13, and they're both rated PG in Canada, so yeah. Next up we have here is The Mask with Jim Carrey and the infamous Son of the Mask. Yeah, might be considered suffering from Son of the Mask to see how bad that movie is. Yeah, personally, the original The Mask is definitely a much better one because of this. And then we have Captain America Civil War. Now, this was obviously the start of Phase 3 of the MCU, which is the 3rd and final part of the Infinity Saga right there. And it kept the Rotten Tomatoes sticker, which is pretty ironic enough. Yep. Here's the proof. And last but not least, for the DVDs, we have here is the American copy of Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock. Yep, that's right. I finally got the American copy of Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock at last. Yep. Yeah, I got rid of the foreign copy, which I didn't really care for, by the way. So yeah. Yep. Very cool. Okay. I'm just gonna have to stop right here because I'm gonna save the other ones for next time if I'm not mistaken. So yeah.